TDI Music.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? TDI Music back with another episode of the music experience. This one means a lot to me. This one is when I first met the Ruff Ryders. We're talking like 2002. My manager at the time, Tank, was very, very inclined with Ruff Ryders. I don't want to say to a magnitude. I'm not putting a man's business out there. But shouts to Tank, good brother. Shouts to his brother, Uncle Ralph. Great guys right there. So I gotta pardon me, man, because allergies is crazy. So I remember December, I'm talking like maybe like 2002, this had to be. Tank calls me and he goes, yo, they want you to battle somebody at Sony. I was like, come on, man. I'm sitting in my aunt's house, we're watching a movie. It wasn't the holidays. It was in December though, early December. It was cold outside. So he said, where you at? I said, I'm on Beck. My aunt's house, bro. He pulls up. We driving down to Sony. I remember being on the west side. A lot of y'all probably don't even know where Sony Studios was. That shit was probably at 54th and 10th, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we driving down, and he's like, they want me to battle somebody. The only dude that was really popping at the time was Cassidy. So I'm sitting there trying to remember rhymes, right? And I'm like, yo, these niggas are gonna make me battle Cassidy, bro. And if any of you know, you know. Cassidy was a beast at that time. He was at his peak, at his prime. Bar master, dangerous, right? So I'm like, I'm reciting my rhymes. I'm like, come on, man. I got this. It's TDI Music. You crazy? Tank looked at me. He like, you nervous? I just looked at him like, yeah, a little bit. You never know where you're gonna. Ruff Ryders don't. They just throw you in there, bro. And I'm gonna tell you how. So we get there, and we walk in, and Styles P had just walked out. I think he walked past me. I didn't meet P though. He just walked past me. We'll get into Styles P later. So Styles had just finished recording MOP and Styles. Pluck up, pluck up, pluck up. They just finished. That song was still playing. Bam, 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 bam. Excuse me. Shouts to the Tune Heads. Production is crazy. So we in there, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of people in there. People I don't even know. At this time, at this point, I haven't seen the Cassidy Freeway battle. So I don't know how Cassidy looked. I didn't know how he looked. I haven't seen the Freeway Cassidy battle. There was no internet, really. Like, I don't know how this guy looked. So I'm like, yo, who is he? Everybody I look at I'm trying to just listen for the voice. They bring me into this rehearsal room, and there had to be like about 15 dudes in there, bro. So TD is in there. Shouts to TD. TD is in there. There's a bunch of dudes in it. D had just had the accident on the T-Rex. So I didn't meet D till later. Y, I don't think Y was in there. So TD is in there. No Cassidy. I'm battling this one kid, right? We battling. So after the kid go, I go, right? And after I went, another kid went. I go. Another kid went. I go. Another. So it kept happening. So at one point, I finished back, right? I finished my round against another dude. A guy came out with his jacket over his. It was singing. He was singing at me. Everybody was like, oh, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God. Yo, I don't know who these kids were. I don't know where they were from. Never heard of them. Never seen them again. It was like 7 guys, yo. And God is my witness. I packed all of them up. Every single one of them was out of here. That's how I got my respect at Double R. Well, how it was starting to begin, because remember, the chiefs in command haven't heard me yet. D hasn't heard me. Y hasn't heard me. So I'm like, Yo, I took my hoodie off. I'm feeling good. Got the white tee on. I'm like, yeah, let's go. No Cassidy though. Cassidy was in there. Cassidy was there. Because he walked by me. Finally, my manager was like, that's Cassidy right there. He had the full surface chain on. So I was like, okay. And I was hoping he came out. I think he came out at one point, but he came out and he heard them. He didn't hear me. So I was like, damn, like he came out at the wrong time, man. He didn't even hear these bars, bro. But TDI Music battled 7 guys at Sony Studios during Cassidy's session because that MOP and Styles record was done and Cassidy was in the session. That's why P left. Some among those lines. But yeah, yo. That's only the beginning, man. More's gonna unfold because this is now my journey, my little tenure with the Ruff Ryders, you know what I'm saying? Who are today my big bros. Shouts to D, shouts to Y, shouts to TD, Siobhan, shouts to my man Poe. Great guy. Shouts to the whole Dean family, you know what I'm saying? Great people. Tune in, man. It's gonna be more. It gets funnier, it gets crazier, it gets realer. Tune in. Pull!